Point, New York, home of the New York State Crappie Derby, an event that brings people from far and near to this small community near the Whitney Point Flood Control Dam. I'm Bob Huckabone. I'm here at Dorchester Park on the Whitney Point Reservoir for this year's New York State Crappie Derby. There's still almost an hour to go until the Derby starts, and look at all the people on the ice. We'll have all of today's festivities. This was a scene at the Point of Light Masonic Lodge early in the morning of Derby Day on February the 8th. Many fishermen began the day at the lodge's annual pancake breakfast. I spoke with breakfast chairman Dave Jones.
Well, I guess about 100 pounds of sausage and about 100 pounds of mix. And I usually go through about 90% of it.
Is this one of your biggest fundraisers of the year?
It is the biggest fundraiser just for the lodge, just for the year. Yes, it is.
Before the day was over, some 1,500 had registered for the Derby, many of them arriving much earlier than the 8 o'clock kickoff time of the Derby, drilling holes in the 16-inch ice, skimming off the excess, and setting up their rigs for the day. Chuck Sweet has been the PA announcer of the Derby for many years. Chuck signaled the opening of this year's Derby.
Is now officially open. We will, at this time, start accepting crappies for the 15-minute prizes. So, bring us some fish.
Every 15 minutes, a prize package is awarded for the largest crappie taken during that period or derby. There are 24 derbies during the day.
Three big bags. We have $130 worth of gift certificates.
$130 worth of gift certificates. Most of them are for the bait shops and stuff around here.
So
Tell us about your fish.
Well, I got it about 1 minute after 8. First bite, first fish, and I just got a bigger fish over there, but lost it. So,
What are you using?
minnows, just minnows on tip downs.
As soon as the Derby was declared open, the first of several species of fish were checked in. A pleasant surprise was a large walleye caught by one of the lucky anglers, John Hahn of Johnson City. Another surprise was a large northern pike caught by Rick Aiken of Port Crane.
I don't know, a large minnow on a hook. Took it out of the hole and it broke the shank right in half. I'm lucky.
What pound test were you using?
I don't know, it was spider wire.
Oh,
That's what I use, spider wire.
were you using a tip up or just
No, it's a jig and pull.
Is that right?
Yep.
You must have been a little surprised, huh?
Yeah, I had it in my bucket and it's going down in.
There you go.
I grabbed it and
Okay.
there it is.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Dennis Mortensen headed up the official weighing and measuring committee. Tell us about the rules.
They asked me to announce
The rules of the Crappie Derby. Well, we give away a prize every 15 minutes. It's by length. We measure each fish that comes in and we mark each fish. They can only be brought in once. That's what we're doing now.
Okay.
We measure each fish, and the longest fish, longest crappie in each derby, each 15-minute derby is the winner. 9.5, Mark. With the largest fish category, it goes by weight. We have a set of scales here, and we weigh each one of them.
Derby spokesman Dave Hughes wandered over the ice, handing out special prizes to kids and selling raffle tickets.
That's for you, okay? You can catch fish at night. Tell Dad that you gotta come fishing nights now. How about some bobbers for you? Okay. Need any raffle tickets?
Yeah, you got some.
Yeah.
There were some unusual items on the ice, such as this huge tip-up.
Here we go. It is functional.
So how many fish have you caught on that big tip up there?
Just
Two
one.
sturgeons.
Just one, but we haven't got them through the hole yet.
We're gonna rope it off.
The fish was so big it was stuck under the ice. We couldn't pull it up. There's big ones here.
The Refreshment Committee did a land office business, selling out of most items early. John Swartwood headed up that committee.
John, give us a report on how it's going today.
Excellent. Really going well.
Okay. And give us a report.
Well, so far, we've gone 1 o'clock, gone through about 100 pounds of burger, 48 pounds of dogs, and we're still moving.
Okay, how about the chili and
the chili and the chowder? We had 15 gallons of chili and probably 5 gallons or 10 gallons of clam chowder, and it's all gone. And it's only 1 o'clock.
Okay. And how about your committee? Tell us about them.
Well, they're all a bunch of Whitney Point Sportsman's Club members, and they're a bunch of hard-working guys. And I'll tell you what, they've really worked hard this year to make things come together. It's probably the smoothest and the busiest we've ever been.
The Crappie Derby provides an opportunity for the State Department of Environmental Conservation to gather information on fishing conditions at the reservoir. I spoke with fisheries biologist Dave Lemon.
Well, the majority of the fish we're seeing out there today are about 9 to 11 inches long, and with the vast majority being just over 9 inches long. And we know from past experience and data that we've collected at the reservoir that those 9-inch fish are about 3 years old, and then the 10 inchers are 3 to 4 years old.
And what are you finding as far as the health of the fish?
They're showing extremely good growth. They're in very good health. Obviously, there's a lot of forage in the lake if they're feeding that, if they're growing that well, and that's what our past studies show. There's good food base for them here.
So the Whitney Point Reservoir is a good environment for them.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
And what about the other fish? Now we're seeing walleye and northern cod today.
Well, northern, that's the first time I've seen one in my 5 years being in central New York at a Whitney Point Reservoir. In the past, there used to be a better population here, but they kind of dropped off. And it's surprising to me to see one, although I guess I shouldn't be completely surprised.
Now, you're doing interviews today on the ice. What's the purpose of those?
Well, we're trying to find out some angler opinions, just general opinions about how people feel about the horsepower regulations on the reservoir, how they feel about the changed crappie regulation. We went from the statewide 25 fish per day and 8 inches to 25 fish per day and 9 inches here. And the reason we went to that 9 inches is because we know that the crappie grow very well here, and we wanted to protect them to a larger size, and that would be 9 inches at age 3.
And thus far, what response have you had?
So far, we got a lot of positive responses. I don't think I've only had one person say they didn't like the 9-inch size limit. And as I was saying, we also changed the walleye regulation from 5 fish per day and 15 inches to 3 fish per day and 18 inches.
Another official attending the Crappie Derby was Broome County Parks and Recreation Commissioner Bill Barber. Barber likes the way the event is a cooperative effort.
What we've tried to do is form relationships with community groups. This past year we hooked up with CYO, and they're running their soccer leagues at Cole Park. This past fall we came up here to Whitney Point and started some inroads with their youth groups to start bringing their soccer games and their baseball games and their little league up to the park and so forth. Things have changed. Back in the 70s and early 80s it was a different kind of situation, but now we're working with the community. We've been forced to, and it's working out great. And one of the major things is this Crappie Derby. There's no way that taxpayers, I think, should be paying for employees to put this on. But the Whitney Point Sportsmen's Association, they've got the volunteers, they've got the people, they work with us. We can provide certain things, they can, and when you put the two together, it's a good marriage, a great marriage, and they're a great group of people to work with. So they've got things that they can do that we can't, and we can do things they can't, and between the two of us, it's working very well. But we're doing that with other community groups as well. But this is a great event. It's in the middle of the winter. You know, we should have more winter events. I mean, people can kind of go stir crazy around here.
Dave Hughes, the Whitney Point Sportsman's spokesman, was also pleased with the way the Derby turned out this year.
It's one of the biggest we've had, not maybe the biggest, but one of the biggest, but certainly the smoothest Derby we've ever had. It just went perfect from front to back so far. There's been very little problem of any kind. The weather's been cooperating, lots of ice, lots of fish. Everybody is having a good time, and that's what this Derby is all about.
Dave, what happens to the money raised here?
Well, there isn't much money raised. When you take out of what comes in, what has to go out, the porta-johns, the power, the PA system, all of the other expenses, there isn't much profit. We may put some profit back in the club coffers, but a lot of the derbies, nothing comes back in and something goes out. We do give half of every registered dollar to the Whitney Point Rotary Scholarship Fund, which we think is a good cause here in the village.
Now, you've had real good cooperation from the business community also.
Well, that's really what makes this thing happen. The club puts up a few $100s in prizes, sure, but $6,300, that means the merchants are cooperating. By merchants, I mean just about everybody around, one way or another, seems to put something into it. Even the Parks Department gives us a season pass to give away, so it comes from everybody.
We'll be back with the closing ceremonies and a word with the big winner right after these messages.
Largest perch of the day, 14 inches, caught by Luke Nedovich. Okay, where are you from, Luke?
Fort Crane.
From Fort Crane. Okay. Fisherman number 483. He wins $70 in gift certificates and merchandise from our sponsors. Thank you very much. Good job. Nice perch. Okay. Biggest bullhead. Fisherman number 308, Jeff Winters. 15 5/8 inches.
2.2. Okay.
2.2 pounds. Turn right around, Jeff. They need to see your smiling face. All right. Right up there. Where is our winner? Are you the carp man?
Yeah.
All righty. Tom? Tony, I'm sorry. Slezak, right?
Yeah.
All righty. There is your, yes. There's the fish that won you all the money. And don't go away. We've got another prize for you, too. Okay, the biggest carp is $69 in merchandise. Just throw the carp down. You might better have the prizes than the carp. Okay. Now, not only does he win $69 for having the largest carp, $69 in merchandise, he also wins largest fish of the day. Alrighty. Now we're talking a little different tune here. Okay. Biggest fish of the day by weight, any species, is a tent, and I believe that was donated by Eureka. That's great. And a $25 gift certificate for a mount, which I seriously doubt you want.
No thanks.
But you'll take the tent, right?
Sure.
Okay. So he gets a $175 tent. So the total worth of that carp is almost $250. So as you see, ladies and gentlemen, old Bugle Lips, not a bad deal.
Hey, do I get a free mount on a different fish?
Give it a kiss.
No.
$25 towards another fish.
25, yeah, he'll do that. He's easy too. Okay?
Yeah.
Hey, you did a good job. Thanks a lot for coming.
All right,
We hope you had a good time. Yeah, take your carp.
I don't want it.
Go from the bottom up.
Okay, we will go from the bottom up. The third largest crappie caught all day. Now, bearing in mind, people, that this gentleman has already won one of the 15-minute prizes worth well over $100. All right? Now he's going to win again. Okay, the third largest all day. Size-wise, I need sizes.
13 and a half.
13 1/2 inches.
1 pound, 5 ounce.
1 pound, 5 ounces. Castell Spinav or whatever. I'm sorry if I misprint. Spinu? Okay, it's a U, not a V.
Right.
And the gentleman is right here. Now, for his efforts, on top of the over $100 he got for the 15-minute prize, he is also getting another $212 in cash, merchandise, and gift certificates to include a collector's knife and a whole bunch of other things worth over $212, making his efforts here today worth well over $300. Thank you very much.
All right, thank
We're
you.
glad you come. We hope to see you again next year. All righty. To the second largest crappie caught all day. 14 1/4 inches. Now, as we told you before, these are determined by weight. We have two 14 1/4 inch fish caught today. They were the two largest. So we go by weight. This was the lightest of the two, which was actually 1 ounce lighter than the shorter fish that just left. Nevertheless, it was longer. So Bill Crandall from Shenango Street in Binghamton, number 606, with a 14 1/4 inch crappie, second prize, and it's a dandy, folks. If they were all like that, wouldn't we love it? Okay, now again, bearing in mind, he has already won a 15-minute derby with that fish.
It's Bill Cranstein.
Cranstein.
Crandall.
Sure, trying to confuse me this late in the day, aren't you? He has already won one of the 15-minute derbies worth well over $100. Now, we are going to give him a total package worth $368 to include a gas grill, a fillet knife, and a whole bunch of other stuff worth, like I said, a total of $368. Now that brings his package to like over $450 total for that one fish. Alrighty?
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Here you go.
We're glad you came. We hope you enjoyed yourself.
Hey, Bill.
All right. And last, but definitely not least, for the largest crappie caught today. Again, a winner of one of the 15-minute special prizes worth over $100. Okay. Ed Rickard.
Here we go.
Again, a 14 1/4 inch fish.
1 pound, 6 ounces.
1 pound, 6 ounces, which made him the winner because of weight. Alrighty. Now, like I said, bearing in mind, he's already won a 15-minute prize over $100. We are going to give him another $582 worth of cash, merchandise, etc. Bringing his total package to almost $700. Not too bad for one little crappie. The crappie wasn't little, by the way, as you all know. Nice crappie. Thank you very much for coming. These gentlemen inside need to talk to you. We hope you had a good time.
Hold it up, would you?
Hey.
Oh yeah, show it to them.
Okay, it's what's your comment? Now you've won for the day.
That's good. I like it.
Yeah? You've been here before?
Yeah, it's about my 5th year here.
Okay. Think you'll come back next year?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
Okay.
I think so.
Well, it's the 23rd annual New York State Crappie Derby here at the Whitney Point Reservoir at Dorchester Park. It's been a great day. Temperature-wise, has been excellent. They've caught a lot of fish today. We saw some big walleyes that we haven't seen in the past. We saw a northern pike. It's been a really great day here at the Crappie Derby, and we thank you for being with us.